let us talk about a freedom fighter, a tribal fighter who is Birsa Munda. Let me on him. Birsa Munda led the Ulkan, that means resistance by the Adivasis against the British capture of land and forest in present-day Jharkhand. To talk about him means we need to know about his birth and his diet. So let us know about those things. That means he born on 15 November 1875 on Ulihattu Lohargada district in Bengal Presidency, and he died 9 June 1900. As we know, this was a very low age. When he died, his age was just only 24 years. Where he died means he died on Ranchi jail at Loharadaga district on Bengal Presidency. Their nationality was Indian, and the movement which was taken by him was Indian Independence Movement. His parents' name were Suganna Munda and his mother name was Karni Munda. When Birsa Munda's childhood, Birsa was an Indian tribal freedom fighter, religion leader, and a folk hero who belonged to the Munda tribe. Ulihattu was the birthplace of Suganna Munda, the father of Birsa Munda. The crime of Ulihattu rests on the Birsa elder brother Komata Munda living in the village, where his house still exists in an albeit in a depleted condition. House was not that much good now, but it was there. So then, Birsa father, mother Karmi Munda and young brother Pasna Munda left Ulihattu and proceed to Kurumbada near Barkani, Segestri or Royes. They went to that village as Royes, that means growers. Okay. Then at Kurumbata, Birsa elder brother Komata and his sister Daskir were born. Then from there the family moved to Bamba, where Birsa elder sister Champa was born. Birsa's early years were spent with his parents at Chalkat. Not have been very different from that of an average Munda child. Exciting moments of his childhood were on the Accra. Accra means, as you know, it was like the wrestling ground. Then he converted to Christianity and he renamed his name as Birsa David, which later became as Birsa Daud. So first Birsa Munda converted to Christianity, and at last he named himself as Birsa Daud. So after studying for a few years, he left German mission school. Then Birsa is credited for reviving the traditional tribal culture, which was mostly negatively affected by the Christian missionary school. Then he himself became a preacher and a representative of their tribal traditional religion. Then soon he built up a reputation of a healer, a miracle worker, and a preacher. So then the Munda, Oran and Karis flocked to Chalkat to see him and to be cured of their ailments. So here ailments means diseases. So they considered as Birsa Munda as a god. That means in their language they used to say Bhagavan. Then Birsa Munda started to advise tribal people to pursue their original traditional tribal religious system. So people impressed by his teachings, then he became a saintly figure to the tribal people and they sought his blessing. Birsa Munda's slogan threatening the British Raj, that is Abwa Raj Iti Jana Maharani Raj Tunda Jana, is still. So this slogan was still remembered by the areas of Jharkhand, Odisha, Bihar, West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh. So this slogan means that British rule should exist. So this means that British rule should end and our Queen rule should be established. Then British colonial system intensified the transformation of tribal or agrarian system into a feudal system, feudal state. Then the new class of Tiktas was a more raspish and kind and eager to make the most of their possession. 1856, Jagdi stood about 600 and they held from a village to 150 villages. But by 1784, the authority of the old Munda or Orange chief had been almost entirely annulled by that of the farmers introduced by the landlords. Then he played a crucial role in the liberation of his community, that is, Ranchi Birsa Munda. And in 1895, in Chalkat village of Tamar, Birsa Munda renounced Christianity as his fellow tribesmen to worship only one god and give up the worship of Bangas. He then declared himself as a prophet who had came to recover the lost kingdom of his people. Then he said that the reign of Queen Victoria was over and the Munda Raj had begun. He gave orders to the ryots to pay no rent. The Mundas called himself as Dharti Abba. Do you know that Dharti Abba means the father of earth? Due to a rumor that those who did not follow Birsa would be mass cast, Birsa was arrested on 24 August 1895 and sentenced to 2-year imprisonment. On 28 January 1898, after being released from jail, he went with his followers to Chutia to collect the record and to re-establish racial links with the temples. Then he said that the temple belonged to the Kols. That means then the Christian missionaries wanted to arrest Birsa and his followers who were threatening their ability to make convert. Birsa went underground for 2 years but attending a series of secret meetings. During this period, he visited the Jagannath temple. Around 7,000 men and women assembled around Christmas of 1899 to herald the Kuluklan, which soon spread to Kunti, Tamar, Basia and Ranchi. On 5th January 1900, Birsa followers killed 2 policemen constables at Ektit. On 7th January, they attacked the Kunti police station, killing a constable, razing the houses of local shopkeepers. The local commissioner of A. Phobis and deputy commissioner H.C. Streetfield rushed to Kunti with a force of 150 men to suppress the growing of rebellion. The colonial administration also set a reward of ₹500 for Birsa. Then he was arrested. One of the people showed the place where Birsa is at Chamkopai forest in Chatrakpur on 3rd February 1900. According to Deputy Commissioner of Ranchi, while later 460 tribals were made accused in 15 different criminal cases, out of which 63 were convicted. One was sentenced 39 transportation for life and 23 imprisoned for terms up to 14 years. There were 6 deaths including that of Birsa Munda in the prison tribal. Then Birsa Munda died in jail on 9 June 1900. After his death, the movement faded out. In 1908, the colonial government introduced the Chotangpur Tenancy Act, that is CNT, which prohibits the transfer of tribal land to non-tribal land. So, his birthday is still celebrated by the tribal people as far as like in Mysore and Kodagu districts in Karnataka. The official celebration takes place at his Samadhi Shital, that is mausoleum, in the Kokar neighborhood of Ranchi, that is the capital of Jharkhand. He is commemorated in the names of the following institution and organization, that were Birsa Agriculture University, Birsa Institute of Technology, Birsa College in Kunti, and Birsa Institute of Technology in Sindri, Sindokano, Birsa University, and Birsa Munda Athletic Stadium, Birsa Munda Airport, Birsa Munda Central Jail, Birsa Seva Dal, a controversial defense organization, then Birsa Munda Tribal University. So, giving the great opportunity. So that's all about Birsa Munda, and this voice cover was prepared by Vanathi, PPT prepared by Immaculate. Thank you.